blue corner. He is a mixed martial artist standing 5'6" tall, weighing in at 59 kilos. His record, 9
Good
wins.
experience. Coming from one defeat, one loss. Sorry. Also, an amazing jiu-jitsu fighter, Isaac. You see the difference of the work on the floor we were talking about, like how aggressive Isaac is already getting away from that leg. He's not even concerned about that arm.
Yeah, already up into sort of north-south type position. But Delfin did well to jump up.
Well defended, great, very well defended by Delfin.
Delfin Nawen out of the Philippines, and one thing that we've seen over and over again is that these Filipino fighters are durable, tough, scrappy fighters. And it's one of those regions that hasn't produced a lot of big stars. Of course, Mark Munoz is one guy that over the years was amazing in the UFC. But other than that, not a whole lot of big MMA stars. But it's starting to get better and better as we go. Nice takedown there by Pimentel.
Very nice, indeed. And now already working that to escape that guillotine, taking his time. Isaac is it's a world-class black belt, but he's also a karate black belt, so he has a very good striking background as well. Ali, usually, what's your? It depends on who you're fighting against, or what's your strategy at the very beginning of the fight? You like to see, you know, when I used to fight, when I used to compete in jiu-jitsu, you know, you have those days that everything is working well. So the first fights gets you like how you are that day. Do you feel the same when you fight MMA?
I mean, when I come out the first round, obviously we've got a strategy, but my main thing is I want to just try and get an early attack off, make my opponent's heart rate go up through the roof a little bit, so the tiring process begins. And then I just want to use the first round to establish myself on the front foot and to try and wear them out. I like to pin them against the cage and hold them there and bore them for a few minutes before I start hitting them and hurting them.
So Delfin also, I'm surprised by the way he's playing his guard, the legs going high. Also playing a good open guard in here. But Isaac already putting some pressure downwards.
Delfin's hanging in there. He's holding his own on the floor, though.
Exactly, yeah. Very surprised. I thought that the fight would be very dominant for Isaac on the floor. But by the way he defended at the beginning, I thought it was a mistake by holding that guillotine, but he was actually keeping Isaac busy and managed to escape.
Yeah. Pimentel's not having an easy time, and he's a very high-level player.
Isaac already reaching for the half guard. And now Delfin doesn't have that left arm around his neck. So let's see if Isaac's trying to set up a tagatami or even a back take with that head over there.
Tough guy because control, you know, he's getting on his side and he's managing to get that guard back each and every time. And then, unless you can get that control inside control and start looking for the submissions, you never really get comfortable enough to look for it.
Managed to put it down the close guard. Isaac keeping the pressure, reaching, start passing the guard once again. Delfin has his wrist. Okay, no, he lost. I thought he would try to apply a kimura or something, try to scramble from there. Getting in the hook again. Oh,
mount position, back position.
Back position. Very hard situation for Delfin right now.
It's a bit high.
Yeah, it's quite high actually. Isaac trying to use those legs to keep the level down, but he's slipping back.
If Delfin gets his hips up, sometimes you can fall off the top.
Can't see properly how is. Oh, Isaac smart enough to get the grip on the wrist. Now he lost. Again, he got the grip on the wrist. Nicely done.
That body triangle.
Yeah. Best way right now is to Get yourself down and bring your opponent with you. And Delfin's not giving that away.
Delfin's doing a really good job.
Great job, man. Defensively, very sharp. Down for the arm bar.
Too late. Great finish from Pimentel.
We're looking forward to that fight. That is actually coming up next. That'll be against Ahmad Ayad Hambali out of Syria. So that is going to be next up here. Seb Eubank, the professional boxer that has decided to try his hand here at mixed martial arts. Everybody talking about that fight. I know, Ollie, you know Seb well, and you know his coach as well.
I do.
This is a big one.
And I'm also just super excited to see a Eubank in the MMA cage with 4-ounce gloves on. You know, I grew up watching Chris Eubank Senior.
Yes, of course.
I've watched Junior fight for world titles, and now we're going to see the youngest Seb do his thing.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and there's a lot of people watching around the world, and we look forward to showing you that fight that's coming up, and that fight is on, as well as our main event. Yeah, Seb's a guy that if he comes out and gets the W here, we could see him on top of the card very, very soon because of the notoriety.
I hope so. I've trained with Seb. Oh, slip, big slip.
Big slip there by Pimentel.
Seb's an incredible athlete, very strong, very powerful at the weight, and he's fighting at 80 today, but you might even see him fight a lighter weight in future.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was that little spillage from earlier on just caused the slip, and Mark Goddard doing what's right and cleaning it up first.
Just a minute in here. Can't go wrong with Mark Goddard, one of the best refs in the world today, that, along with Blake Grice as well.
Nice.
Oh, there it is.
Done, beautifully done by Isaac. See, that's we were talking about the previous fight. Straight away, by taking advantage of the cage, putting his opponent's head over there.
This is what he does best. He's so talented on the ground, but he has run into a brick wall here in Delfin Nawen, who's not giving up too much ground and has looked good on the ground as far as ground defense. I mean, he's surviving.
I don't know, it's high-level defense, actually. Some guys, they don't attack, but it's hard to catch them. Like it's, and again, if you keep on attacking on the floor, you're gassing out as well. It's not easy to.
You know, one thing about these fighters from the Philippines, you can't break the spirit. They have that sort of nature about them.
Yeah.
You know, they're enjoying themselves. They're so relaxed. And he's up. As I said.
That's beautiful, right?
And he walks forward. Big leg kick, and another one.
Isaac defending well.
He's gone for it. It's a good fight. This is a fight.
Is Isaac hurt?
Oh, I think he is hurt.
Oh, my goodness.
I think he's
Oh,
rolled.
he's hurt.
Nawen has to watch out for the takedown. He is on a roll.
Oh,
The
my
crowd
God,
going
and
crazy.
again.
He's down.
And
Big
again,
finish.
trying to get his leg back in the game. He needs those legs to save himself.
The Filipino crowd is losing their mind.
It's incredible.
He needs to control
Don't get
Delfin's
overexcited.
head and get away from those arms.
You said that perfectly, Ollie. We've seen that happen time and time again.
Pimentel did a good job of closing it with the chest together and just buying some time. But what a bit of action there.
But what about the recovery? You have to see how Isaac recovers from these. We still have 90 seconds to the end of these rounds. Isaac trying to apply a sweep over there, but it's hard.
He may have to ride this round out.
Yeah.
Got a long time, though. Still a minute 20 to go. Delfin needs to reset.
Oh, he's holding his ankle down there. Don't do that.
He's going to be wide open for hammer shots.
Isaac is so slow right now. He's still
I
feeling.
think that Pimentel has got out of the danger zone, though, right now. He's recovered enough.
You know, as they say, the more tired and the more beat up you get, your black belt turns into a brown and your brown gradually turns into a purple.
Start going backwards real quick. Isaac, though, had the wherewithal to throw his legs up, though, and give himself some time.
But at the same time, he's not managing to to keep Delfin's head down. So Delfin keep him like throwing some punches from there.
Has to be so frustrating when you're that close to victory, too, not to be able to put the finishing touch in.
His arm in. And go back.
Now Delfin has to calm himself down, take some deep breaths, and go attack it again.
That's a 10-8 round, sure. 10-8 round, sure.
Team Lakai from the Philippines in the corner of Delfin Nawen, Jeremy Pakatu, a tough little fighter. And can Nawen capitalize on that momentum and not get dragged into a grappling exchange here with Pimentel?
Well, he jumped on him, to be honest.
Nice shot. Isaac's going to keep moving here, but he's got to do enough to win the round. Nice check in the kick there. By Pimentel, he grabs the arm. He's getting just gets out of danger. Short, compact, little scrappy fighter is Delfin Nawen. Throws real hard. Nice counter by Nawen. Best thing he can do is continue to move forward and dictate this fight. He's shown that he has great takedown defense, good sub defense.
And that second round slowed Pimentel down hard.
Delfin only has one loss on his record, man. He's
nice left hand, but
this is the opportunity that Nawen needs, you know, in his career fighting internationally for a great organization like UAE Warriors. And now look at the blood coming down from the mouth of Nawen. Looks like he may have busted his lip pretty solid.
Isaac also working on some counters pretty well.
It's already a good fight. Now you add a little blood to it. It gets even better, right? Has to be something intimidating about a guy that just will not stop moving forward. That's what Nawen's doing right now. He just inches forward all the time, doesn't really back up too much. He's no doubt trying to load up for a big explosion, a big flurry.
Isaac Pimentel seems to have slowed down a touch again.
A lot.
And I feel like he needs to win the round.
I think so too, yeah. I think it's one apiece.
At least a takedown.
Big jab.
Oh my goodness! Amazing! What a... Oh my, he's out! He's out!
Almost.
No, he's not quite out. Now he's going to be out.
He needs to do something.
Oh my goodness! What a beautiful shot, man! Amazing!
That was a jab and a half.
Stops the fight at 2:08. Round number 3. Your winner by TKO due to strikes, Isaac Pimentel.